Be me. 25. Average dude with average job. Running on caffeine and regret. Been working like a zombie for a year straight. Decide to finally go on vacation before my brain turns into oatmeal. Cheap, all-inclusive resort because money's fake and I'm tired. Goal: eat, swim, sleep, repeat until identity restored. First day, pool bar, sunglasses on. Trying to look mysterious, but mostly just squinting at the menu like an idiot. Then she appears. Woman in red swimsuit, big hat, expensive cocktail, like confidence incarnate. The kind of woman who doesn't ask for attention. It just bends toward her. She catches me staring, smiles. Slow, lethal. You're blocking the sun, kid. Brain exo has stopped working. Mouth, something about moving. She laughs, low and easy. Sound of someone who knows exactly what she's doing. Later that day, bump into her again, near the beach. She's reading, sipping something that costs more than my daily wage. I'm holding a melting ice cream cone, looking like a lost child. Somehow we start talking. She's sharp, funny, effortlessly in control. Owns a small travel company, hates drama, loves wine. Me, basically a broke golden retriever with sunscreen. Her, I've always liked dogs. Spend the whole afternoon talking, teasing, orbiting something dangerous. Sun starts dying over the water. She says she's heading for a walk down the pier. I follow, pretending it's not the highlight of my existence. We walk in silence. Warm air, sound of waves, tension thick enough to touch. She glances at me, half smile, eyes glowing like trouble. You're staring again. Can't help it. Good. We stop halfway down the pier. Her hand brushes mine, deliberate and not. See you around, kid, she says, voice like velvet and warning at once. She leaves before I can respond. I stand there like a fool, grinning at the horizon like it's going to explain what just happened. Next day burns brighter and slower at the same time. Wake up early, act chill, fail miserably. Breakfast is chaos. Syrup, screaming kids, people pretending they like each other. Grab coffee, can't taste it. Time moves like wet cement. Sit by the pool, pretending to read. Every woman in red swimsuit looks like her until they open their mouths. Tell myself she won't come. Tell myself I don't care. Lie both times. Afternoon heat turns air to syrup. Then that sound, her laugh. Turn, and there she is at the bar again. Same hat, same effortless calm. She sees me before I stand. You showed up early, she says, smirk already dangerous. Was afraid you'd cancel? You look like someone who'd still wait anyway. Guilty. She tilts her head, eyes scanning me like a challenge she might accept. We walk toward the pier again. Sky bleeding orange, ocean stretching like a dare. Her sandals dangle from her fingers. Steps slow, unhurried. I'm trying to keep cool while my pulse writes Morse code. She glances at me sideways. You always this nervous? Only when someone's better at pretending they don't care. She smiles, biting the edge of it. You talk too much. We stop halfway down the pier. Wind tugs at her hair, sun dying behind her. The light makes everything look temporary. She steps closer, fingertips brushing my arm, like an accident. Still brave? Depends who's asking. Depends who's answering. Silence. Long electric. She's right there. Heat, perfume, heartbeat. Her hand slides up, rests on my neck, and the world just goes quiet. She kisses me first. Sharp, certain, nothing polite about it. The kind of kiss that ends small talk permanently. When we finally breathe again, she's smiling. Better, she says, voice low. You should have done that yesterday. You didn't let me. I wanted to see if you'd try anyway. And? You passed. We don't go back to the bar. We walk along the beach instead, barefoot, both pretending we're not dizzy. Her hand brushes mine once, twice, then stays. Waves crash like applause somewhere behind us. Hours dissolve. Bar lights, music, heat, skin. Her laugh right next to my ear. Don't remember who started it, or if it mattered. Her room smells like sea salt and something too good to last. Clothes forgotten, logic abandoned, just heartbeat and breath and static. Not romance, not conquest, collision. Two people burning through their own boredom. Somewhere in the dark, she whispers my name like a secret, and I realise this isn't just vacation anymore. It's a warning I didn't listen to. Morning feels different. Not grey, not sterile, but soft and gold. Sunlight crawling over sheets, smell of salt, her perfume, her breath next to mine. No alarm, just the sound of waves and another heartbeat. Lie still, afraid to break the quiet. Last night flashes in pieces, her laugh, heat, skin, the moon. Chaos. Brain struggling to reboot, body absolutely fine with it. She opens her eyes first, looks at me with that lazy, satisfied calm, like everything's going according to plan. You look terrified, her voice rough, mourning deep, trying to figure out if this actually happened. If it didn't, it was a good dream. She reaches for a mug on the nightstand, drinks, coffee, obviously. Of course she already has coffee. She turns back to me, smirk half hidden behind the rim. You're still overthinking, aren't you? Either that or panicking. Panic looks good on you. Her hair's a mess, my shirt hanging off her shoulder. There's a small mark where my mouth forgot to behave. I try to say something clever, end up silent instead. She stands, moving slow, deliberate, every gesture practiced without effort. You're thinking again, she says, trying to catch up with reality. Don't. It's faster than you. She opens the curtains. Light floods the room, brutal and beautiful. She doesn't flinch. Are you always this serious after a good night? I just don't know what comes next. Nothing. Sometimes nothing's the point. She hands me her cup. Drink. You look like someone who just survived a hurricane. Did I? Barely. The silence between us shifts. Lighter, but still charged. I watch her move, calm, composed, older than the chaos she causes. You're too calm, I say. At 36, calm's cheaper than drama. The number lands heavy and simple. 36. Not a confession, just truth. Suddenly it all fits. The poise, the confidence, the quiet power. She's seen storms and stopped naming them. And somehow, I got to be the next one. Surprised, she asks. More like impressed. Don't start counting, kid. This isn't math. What if I don't mind being the student? She laughs, sits beside me, eyes warm but knowing. You've got potential. Terrible focus, but potential. We step out onto the balcony, salt wind, sun sharp enough to taste. She passes me coffee, takes my water, drinks from it, like we've done it before. For a moment it feels normal, dangerously normal. Don't start making plans, she says. Why not? Plans turn into promises. And this isn't that kind of story. Not yet, I say. She looks at me, eyes soft, amused, a little sad. God, you're young. Sounds like a compliment. It's a warning. She turns, walking back inside. I stay there, staring at the ocean. Somewhere between the sun and the salt, realization hits. The vacation's over. But something else just began. Days start blending. Morning coffee, sea breeze, her laugh spilling through half-open curtains. It was supposed to be a fling, something that fades with the tan. Instead it turns into rhythm, a habit made of sunlight and pulse. We move around each other like it's muscle memory from another life that ended badly but started again anyway. She works sometimes, laptop open, eyes sharp, posture perfect. I sit beside her pretending to read, mostly watching the way she bites her lip when she's focused. Every now and then, she catches me staring. You ever stop looking like a lost puppy? Only when you're asleep. She throws a pillow, deliberately misses. We laugh too long, too easy. Nights get slower, heavier. Dinners melt into walks, walks into quiet hand-holding. Sometimes we don't talk at all, just listen to the ocean, trying to compete with our silence. There's comfort in that, in being beside someone who doesn't need to fill the air with words. I start thinking too much again, which means peace is over. One evening, storm offshore, wind playing with the curtains. She's on the bed reading something thick and serious. I sit next to her, close enough to smell the paper. She doesn't look up. You're staring again. Yeah, say it. I don't want this to end. Her finger freezes midline. Pause. Everything ends, she says softly. Doesn't mean we have to rush to it. Lightning flashes, her face caught between strength and exhaustion. I take her hand. She doesn't pull away. You're going to make this complicated. Already did. You weren't supposed to fall. Neither were you. Her laugh breaks halfway through. We sit in silence until thunder cracks the sky. She leans her head on my shoulder. I hate how easy it is to forget this is temporary with you. Then don't remember. You're still too young to lie that beautifully. Her fingers trace circles on my wrist, slow, goodbye shaped. I fly out the day after tomorrow, she whispers. The air shifts. Room feels smaller, time heavier. I nod. Pretending not to care hurts less than arguing with fate. We'll see each other again, she says. It sounds like both mercy and promise. Her smile tired, kind. Don't chase me. If something's meant to find you, it will. What if it already did? She doesn't answer. That night we fall asleep the way we shouldn't. Tangled, quiet, real. And for the first time, I'm afraid of morning. 2 days pass like a fever dream. Every minute, too bright, too heavy, too short. We pretend not to count hours, fail miserably. Meals quieter now, laughter softer, touches longer. Even silence feels fragile, like it might break if we breathe too hard. The night before she leaves, neither of us says the word goodbye. Superstition or denial, doesn't matter. Morning airport air tastes like metal and endings. She stands by the gate, red dress, calm like she's done this 1,000 times. I want to say something poetic, something that'll make her stay. All that comes out is, take care of yourself. She nods, eyes unreadable, leans in, kisses me slow, final. No promise, no future tense, just warmth and salt and the sound of time running out. Goodbye, kid, she whispers, and walks away without looking back. Plane takes off hours later, but it feels like the sky's already empty. Go back home, same job, same desk, same noise, everything exactly where I left it, except me. Friends say I look tired. I lie and say it's work. Truth is, I've been waking up every day, expecting to hear the ocean again. Keep checking my phone, knowing she'll never call. Even music sounds fake now. A month passes like fog. Eat, work, sleep, miss her, repeat. One Tuesday morning, knock on the door. I think it's a package. Open it half dressed, half alive. It's her. Standing there, sunlight behind her like she never left it. Same calm, same presence, different eyes. They're sharper, focused, like she's been rehearsing this moment too. Hi, she says. Voice steady but too careful. Hi, I manage. My brain, buffering. She steps inside like she owns gravity again. Sits on the couch, crosses her legs, looks straight at me. I'm pregnant. The words hit like a delayed explosion. Silence so loud it hums. My heart forgets its job. She doesn't fidget, doesn't look away. She's not asking, she's informing. I'll do a test. I'm not here to guilt you. I just thought you should know. I open my mouth, close it again. I want to be here. I just didn't expect my life to suddenly level up. One eyebrow rises. Level up? God help this child. For a second, she almost laughs, and somehow that makes it real. We talk, quiet, measured, too adult for either of us. She's keeping it. That much is clear. And I realise I'm not afraid, just stunned that something that felt like an accident now feels like fate. When she leaves that night, the apartment smells like her again. I stand there staring at the closed door, half terrified, half alive, for the first time since the beach. The silence doesn't feel empty. It feels like waiting. Weeks blur into something resembling a new life. Doctor visits, phone calls, half plans turning into real ones. She's calmer than me, always was. I'm the chaos. She's the gravity. When she says, maybe we should live together, it doesn't sound like a question. More like an inevitable next line in a story that stopped pretending to be casual months ago. My best friend calls it dad mode speedrun. He shows up to help me pack, drinks half my beer, labels nothing. Bro, you're moving in with a goddess, he says. She's the mother of my kid. Exactly. Side quest complete. Main story unlocked. I threaten to block his number. He offers to babysit the plants instead. Moving day feels unreal. Her place smells like lemon and books. Mine smells like bachelor regret. We blend them together and call it home. She's organised, surgical, labels boxes, folds, everything perfectly. I lose track of my socks in the first hour. She just shakes her head, half smiling. This is going to be an adventure. You mean a disaster? Same thing. My friend arrives uninvited, obviously. Sets up a folding chair in the living room, clipboard in hand. Official dad candidate interview, he declares. She crosses her arms, amused. This I want to see. Question 1, he says, dead serious. Midnight diaper run. Can you handle it? I'll try. Wrong answer. It's a yes or yes. She laughs, wiping tears. Question 2, he continues. What's your plan if the baby pukes on your face? Panic. Acceptable. She's laughing so hard she can't breathe. I'm questioning all my life choices. When the boxes are finally in place, evening light spills across the room. She sits on the couch, pats the space next to her. You sure about this? No, I admit, sitting down. But I want to be. She leans her head on my shoulder. Good enough, my friend yells from the kitchen. Don't get too cute or I'll cry. She chuckles. Quiet. I look around. Mismatched furniture, unpacked boxes, chaos everywhere. And somehow it feels perfect. The kind of imperfect that finally makes sense. For the first time since that resort, the air doesn't feel borrowed. No countdown, no maybe, no pretending. Just us, a couch, a heartbeat between us, and something that might actually last. She whispers, half asleep. We're really doing this. Yeah, I whisper back, we are.